Good Tuesday to everyone. Hope you are all doing well. This Shabbos we're going to read Parshat Shmot, where we begin the process of the Exodus, where the Almighty communicates with Moshe to tell the people of Israel and inform Pharaoh that it is time for the nation to leave. Now it appears that before things get better, they get worse, because as Moshe and Aaron approach Pharaoh and tell him about what is being planned for the people of Israel and Egypt, he's not happy about that. And he blames this Jewish desire on having too much time on their hands. So therefore he increases the workload. And he tells his people that, you know what, there's going to be a big change in policy now. If up until now the Egyptians supplied the Jewish people with straw to manufacture bricks, from this point on, it's going to be the responsibility of the Jewish people to get their own straw. So this was a tremendous burden. And when the Torah tells us that Pharaoh informs his people, the Torah tells us, Lo tosifun latet teven la'am. You should no longer give the people of Israel the teven, the straw, to produce the levenim, the bricks. Now, when the Torah uses the word tosifun, right, you should no longer do it, the Torah adds an aleph in the tosifun. And if you add an aleph to tosifun, it relates to the word asaf, gathering. And it is as if the Torah is telling us that as a result of this new decree, and the people of Israel are no longer going to be in one area being supplied with straw from throughout Egypt. It's going to be their job to make their way out as individuals, and the gathering of the people will no longer be lo tosifun. So the Torah is telling us asifa, gatherings of Jews, that they will always be together. That's going to cease. And it appears that what we are being taught is as follows. We're going to eventually talk about the Exodus, Yetziat Mitzrayim. The Jewish people on their journey to fulfill their mission with receiving their Torah and making their way to the land of Israel. For us Jews to fulfill what we are really here for, we have to be together. Bitasef Rashei Am. We have to be together. We have to be unified, spiritually and physically as well. We have to interact with others, gather in places of worship, social gatherings. We are supposed to be together. That's how the Jewish freedom experience is going to take place. However, if you want to really appreciate something, there has to be a contrast, right? You appreciate day after night. You appreciate good weather after experiencing a snowstorm. So now, for the people of Israel to really appreciate the Exodus and the fact that they are together, and remember, the eating of the Korban Pesach, which we're going to study in Parashat Bo, is an experience of being together with family, right? With units. We feel community. To experience that, we're going to have to go through, beforehand, a period of detachment, where we are dispersed throughout the land, where we no longer have that asifa, that gathering. We're going to feel the pain of that loneliness. We're going to feel the pain of the detachment. But then afterwards, when we get together, we're going to really, really appreciate it. And that is an integral ingredient in the journey of redemption. So that's why things got worse. Things got worse towards the end of Parashat Shmot. The Jewish people had more work, but even more than that, they were detached. They were making their way throughout the land of Egypt. They had no asifa. But then they really, really celebrated the fact that they were together when they ate the Korban Pesach and throughout the journey of the wilderness, Kabbalat Torah, and entering the land of Israel as a nation. Who knows, perhaps what we are experiencing during this period of time of detachment and, loneliness, perhaps this is part of the master plan of the Almighty, where we feel the pain, right? We yearn to that attachment again, where we could gather in houses of worship, together for Torah, together for Tefillah. Perhaps we go through this difficulty now to truly appreciate the gathering that's going to take place afterwards, and perhaps indeed it's going to be our personal journey of a redemption. So let's keep up the good work, let's be optimistic, and with prayer and doing the right thing, we'll get to where we need to be. It should be a very good day. Bye-bye.